Well, tonight's the night. He sacrifices it all tonight. Wow, it's a pretty heavy toll to just think about the final season that's coming. It started 8 seasons ago, 7 years ago. 7 seasons technically, but and it's gonna end soon. So I wanted to make this video to say what my predictions, my hopes, and my dreams are for this final season. Keep in mind I haven't watched the promo for the teaser for the latest episode, so if there's something that I say that doesn't make sense because of the promo and all, or it gets like confirmed in the promo, or it gets deconfirmed in the promo, or something like that, I haven't seen that. So just saying that. Anyways, let's get into it. Let's start with my hopes and dreams for Arrow season 8. So number one, a lot of people may be upset about this, but if he dies, he dies. If he isn't, if he doesn't, he doesn't. Either way, I want them to handle it correctly because it'll be probably the deepest and most important moment of Arrow in general. What that means exactly, I'm not sure. I don't think I have a specific way of saying this, but I want them to handle it correctly. If I had to give an example of something that would suck, I'd say a paradise world where Oliver and all his friends, or Oliver and Felicity, get to go to this paradise world for all their hard work. I mean, come on, that's just unrealistic and corny. Please do not let it be that. Number two, I find myself in utter fear of what's about to come, and yet I feel as though death is the better way to go. I can confidently say I'm tearing up as I kind of think about this, but I just don't see another way around this. As we know, settling down for a normal life doesn't really work for Oliver Queen. He's tried it before in season 3, that didn't work, and then he tried it again in 7, and that didn't work. So as you can see, he's tried multiple times, and don't give me this, oh, but he deserves it BS. Like, come on, sorry. Maybe he does deserve it, and I agree that he does, but the other side, pun intended, isn't so awful either. I think it would both be a storytelling beauty and a cinematic journey if Oliver and Felicity end up together in heaven. Look, it's sad, but it's also a beautiful thought. The Monitor himself said that where she's going, there's no coming back. We have seen time and time again that death is not an end for several different characters on the show, but Oliver said it himself. One of these days, it's going to be him. The life he's led only ends one way. For some reason, this time, it doesn't seem like these two can come back from where they're going, other than the fact that the Monitor said that. It just really feels like that. Even the poster had heaven resembling lights. Chances are time travel is going to change everything, and who knows what to expect with Crisis, but I think it would be nice for these two to reunite in heaven. What if the last shot in all of Arrow was these two embracing in the light? That'd be pretty neat, huh? Number 3. Towards the beginning of season 7 of Arrow, Anatoly left to retire in Aruba or Bermuda or whatever after the Bratva were killed and Diaz was running loose. Anatoly has been part of Oliver's life since the beginning of his journey to become the hero he is today. They haven't always had a perfect relationship, but he's been a crucial part of the story, and I think he should be back for the final conclusion. Most of the cast is returning, right? So why not? Come on. Number 4. Okay. I know this one is a lot more far-fetched than the others so far, but how freaking badass would it be to see this fight? I'd even be down to see him kick some Deathstroke gang members and be like, take a lesson from the real Deathstroke. I mean, come on. Take a lesson from the real Deathstroke. Something along the lines. Either way, I'd love to see Slade back again. I mean, come on. He's coming back. Like, he's coming back. He's coming back. Number 5. Thea and her father have had a rough past as father and daughter, but after his death in season 5, she was distraught. Because a lot of the cast is coming back, I believe we will see many reunions, and this is one I really want to see. I don't think it will be a traditional one because I think the Malcolm we will see is not the Malcolm we know, not the one from Earth 1, but even still, Thea lost her father, and it will be emotional. Who knows, the Malcolm we see may have lost Thea, but I'll get into my predictions later on in this video. Number 6.
Morning 4587. Beautiful day.
Okay, you might be asking, why is this on the list? Well, I'll tell you. Both The Other Side and Madness were in season 7, and I gotta say, they really made the scenes they were in. I mean, Madness, when he's waking up in jail, it just really, really creates the environment, especially The Other Side during the final minutes of season 7.
I don't wanna know who we are without each other.
I need more of that emotional roller coaster type music to fit the scenes. Number 7. He told Felicity he'd be back, and now he's coming back for sure, confirmed in an interview with the Arrowcast. Ragman pulled off some sick stunts. Unfortunately, the suit was destroyed, though. I think this goes for a lot of the returning characters. I don't care what suit they have, or whatever they do have, I just want them to come back in an epic fashion. Ragman Rory was a badass. A suit shouldn't decide who the person inside is. Number 8. Stephen Amell has already confirmed he will be playing different versions of Oliver Queen, including most likely an evil version as we see him fight a Green Arrow in both trailers so far. There's also a chance that Josh Segarra's character, Adrian Chase, will be a version of Green Arrow or Arrow. That is what I'm talking about. I want to see more Green Arrows with different origins who are not Oliver Queen at all. I think it would add a lot to Crisis, and it would make sense as these Green Arrows would come from different Earths. Number 9. The final episode will surely be quite the event. I'd love it if the last thing we see is all the 8 title cards come together, and then as the text shows, Arrow. Similar to the first Comic-Con trailer. Now, there is a chance that this season will not have a title card, but I would love it if it did, and I would love it if we see all of them at the end. Number 10. My name is Oliver Queen. After 7 years of being a hero, I made a deal to serve when the time came. Now I am called upon by the universe to fight and save it. To do this, I must continue to be someone else. I must continue to be something else. I must continue to be the Green Arrow. I mean, you gotta agree with me here. I would just absolutely love to see a brand new intro that is Crisis themed. I mean, you have to admit that would be freaking badass. That would be freaking awesome. Number 11. Towards the end of season 6, Dinah Drake, or Black Canary, said that she respected Oliver more than he could ever know. He put together a team of heroes, and that's no small feat. Oliver has been our hero for 7 seasons now, and he should continue to be honored. I wouldn't be upset if this didn't happen, but I'd like to see more characters honor the guy. Number 12. Those who are avid fans of Arrow know the theme I'm talking about. It is the most emotional theme that continues to reoccur throughout the show. I'll play it here for a second. Examples of when this played are during Oliver's first message to William in season 4 and when Thea left in season 6. I doubt this will be left out, and it's probably going to be the most emotional season of Arrow, so it's got to come back. I might actually be a little upset if it doesn't. Number 13. Tommy is one of the most amazing characters because of his sheer sense of integrity. Yes, he has been rude at times, but you can't blame the guy. His best friend was a killer. He also lied to him. But throughout the season, the first season, he was just a really good guy. I mean, a really nice person who really cared for his friends. He didn't deserve to die. The new Tommy we will see looks like he's a pretty serious guy, but I think we will get to know each other. They will get to know each other, like the original Tommy and Oliver did. I really want to see more of the heartfelt moments together, laughing about old times, skipping classes, and moments like the time Tommy told Oliver he wanted to change. We need more of that. And now on to the predictions. Number 1. In the San Diego Comic-Con trailer, Adrian proclaims, 5 years on a deserted island and you came back a vigilante? Seems a little far-fetched. So, there's a couple different reasons I'm predicting this. The first one is the shot from the trailer. He seems not only to be looking at something that is green, but he also seems to be wearing something that resembles the original Arrow suit. It's quite the iconic suit, and it's very recognizable, so I think that's what he is wearing. The area also resembles an arrow cave, but it could also be the area where all the scientists are killed by the evil Oliver Queen. The second reason is what he says. He questions the credibility of Oliver's origin, which would make sense if he was Arrow, who had a different origin. Why else would he be questioning Oliver's origin? It doesn't really make sense. It would seem like they would be fighting if they were adversaries, but who knows? I just think it would make sense if he was an Arrow that never became Green Arrow, always stuck to the killing. That seems like a Josh Segarra, Prometheus kind of guy. Josh Segarra did post a photo today of evil Adrian Chase, Prometheus Adrian Chase, after he escaped his safe house where he killed the people there that were taking care of him. Which at the end of the day probably just means, oh, look, Adrian's back. It's going to be fun for this first episode. But why choose that photo? I mean, probably because it's classic Adrian. I mean, come on. That's just classic Adrian smiling. But hey, it could mean that this new Adrian isn't the greatest guy. Number 2. In the latest trailer for the last season, the Moira that we hear says, Oliver. It's a very emotional way of saying it. There's always a chance that this could be our Moira, and she's been in the afterlife, and she's been waiting to see Oliver this whole time, but I think it makes just as much sense if this Moira is from a different Earth, where Oliver died, and she hasn't seen him alive forever. And that is why she is shocked. What if it's right after Oliver dies, though? He joins her in the afterlife. Oh my god. Number 3. If it wasn't concerning enough that Thea wasn't in the flash forwards this season, this shot right here has got me scared for Thea's life. In this shot, Oliver is an absolute wreck. I think this is the saddest I've ever seen him. There's only 4 people that can cause that type of reaction. Mia, William, Felicity, or Thea. Mia certainly won't die, as we know she will be in the spin-off show with Dinah and Laurel. Emily Rickards is supposedly not returning this season, and trailers usually show footage that will be early on in the season, so it doesn't make sense. William has not been confirmed for the spin-off, but Thea just wasn't present in the flash forwards or season 7. And Roy was. It would make sense that they would be together, right? I know the season 7 they explain why they're not, but the flash forwards? This kind of just points towards her death. Number 4. Colin O'Donnell said that fans would get something they had been waiting for about Tommy since season 1. I'm not really sure about what that might be, but I think it has to do with the way the character acted in the first season. Tommy was angry at Oliver for not only lying to him, but because he was a killer, a vigilante, the vigilante. Moments before Tommy dies, he says that he was angry, and he is sorry for the way he treated Oliver. Tommy wanted to change. He said that I want to change. I don't know what I'm into yet, but I don't want to be the person I am anymore. Tommy never got that chance to change. Tommy took things seriously, but not many things, and I think that the Tommy we will see will do something similar to what Oliver does, and he will take most things seriously. I think Tommy will finally be a very serious person. He will take things into his own hands. Number 6. Slade is definitely coming back this season. I think he is on the island. He went looking for his son, but obviously didn't find him because he ended up in the Suicide Squad, or at least he did, and things went bad. So where is somewhere that he can go that holds an emotional part in his life? And that no one will go because it just kind of blew up. Lian-Yu. Stephen Amell posted a photo on Lian-Yu, or where they film it, and he was holding the stick that had Slade's mask on it. The caption was, feeling nostalgic. They are definitely going back to Lian-Yu this season. Why show us the mask? Perhaps because he's going there to find Slade Wilson. So that was my predictions and my hopes and dreams and all that. This final season is very near. So please let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with me? Do you guys absolutely despise what I'm thinking? Am I the most wrong person ever? Am I the most right person? But just please tell me, because I really want to talk with you guys about Arrow. I'm sure it will be a great season. Make sure to also check out the Arrow video I made on the channel. It's called Arrow, The Other Side, and watch that before you watch the season because it's honoring all the moments from Arrow.